Jacqueline, welcome again to SnapMath. So we're looking at this function f and its graph. And if we look at the first part, A, it says find f of -5. So what that means is where x is 5, what is the y value going to be? So when we say f of x, what does that equal? So that's saying like if x is 1 or -1, our y value is going to be 0. So f of -1 equals 0. So at x equals -5 right here, what does y equal? What is this point right here? It's at +1. So that's our answer for part A, is +1. Now if we look at part B, it's the same idea. F of 2. So where x is equal to 2, what does y equal? On the graph. So we go from the origin to x is 2 right here. So on the graph, what is the y coordinate right here? So we go down to here, and that's at -3. So f of 2 is equal to -3, because that's the y coordinate at where the x is 2. So now part C says, is f of 1 positive? So f of 1, we go to where x equals 1. So x equals 1 right here. And what this says is it positive? Is the graph either below or above the x-axis? It's below, so that means it's negative. And in fact, if we look at this, f of 1 is going to equal -2. So no, it is negative. That's your answer for part C. So now, for which value of x, so where x is, what is x when the value, the y value is -3? So we're going to say y equals -3. So on here, let's go down to y equals -3. So we go all the way down from the origin down to -3 on the y-axis. See, here's the y. On the y-axis is -3. And where does the graph hit that? Right here. And what it's asking is, what is the x value? The x value is, if we go up from that point, 2. So the answer to this part D is x equals 2 when f of x is -3. So then E is our final part. So f of 2, we already found that, right? F of 2, where x is 2, what is the y value? Is -3. So we're just going to substitute these things into the problem. So f of 2, we already said was -3. And then let's look at f of -2. So we go from the origin to -2, the x coordinate, and then go down. And that's going to be at -2. So f of -2 is going to equal -2. And that we get that from the graph. We get all these from the graph. So we're going to substitute these numbers in to each one of these. So what we get is -3 minus a -2. And we're going to equal -1. So this up here is going to equal -1. All right, thank you for sending in your question, Jacqueline, and we hope you have a good night.